Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Craft the World. And on this episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now, you can see that I do have a wave incoming. I did want to get over a few things before I forget about it. Tamara mentioned they thought they heard the sound of like clanking coming from these ladders when they were walking over them. I don't remember hearing that, but we definitely will listen. Let's see. I didn't hear anything there, but maybe the music is too loud. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know if you hear anything there. Or maybe it's only sometimes when they're carrying certain things very specific that they're like really heavy and overburdened. Maybe they have a different sound effect. I wouldn't put it past the programmers to do something like that because they have paid so close to the attention to detail, I should say, in other aspects of this game. So I could see them doing that. Like I said, I just didn't notice it on the last one, but it's kind of interesting. It'd be cool if they did. That would definitely add more, you know, ambiance to the game. Not that it needs it, but, you know, whatever you can add to it, why not? You know, especially if it's, you know, not really that difficult. I think adding clanking to the stairs would probably be pretty easy. Now, they all look like they're coming over here to the right, so this is going to be the area that they fall in. Probably the same area, yep, because that's where my dwarves are. And, yeah, they like coming out here wherever my guys happen to be, and usually they're down here on the bottom, just kind of chilling down here, and I think they see them and they're like, oh, okay, let's fall down kind of in this general area, and that's usually where they go. They don't usually come over here this far to the left, but I'm happy to get them. Anybody who falls down here is going to be trapped, and I don't know what we're going to do with those. We may have to go down there and kill them eventually. Although it seems kind of like a moot point because our guys are dying here. Now, Jagu, I think is the way you pronounce that, said that anytime your dwarves are very low on life, simply click on them, go into your equipment menu, and use a potion. Because if you use a potion, it gives them a bubble of life instantly, and then I think it slowly regenerates their life as well. Well, we don't have any potions just yet. We will get to that as soon as possible. I like the idea of doing this, but I don't know, it seems like it would be too close to the old style, you know, turn-based games where that's great because I love those games. In fact, I'm playing one right now on one of my other Let's Plays, but it's not what this game is. And so I don't know, the programmers put it in there, so it's not like against the rules or anything like that, but turning this game into one of those seems kind of unfair to what this game does so well, which is everything, you know. And so, well, other than the dwarves being highly intelligent, did I just lose it? No, I didn't lose anybody. It's just one of those little ghosts. Let's see. I think our guys are gonna make it. They're doing a lot better now that they have that chitin armor, so I'm highly enjoying that. And it didn't really take all that much to get. If you just go down there and kill those guys, you'll end up doing a whole bunch more protection, I should say. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at my phone here, and it's ringing for some reason. It's like 2 in the morning, and I'm like, what the crap? And I did lose a dwarf. Holy crap! Oh, I'm gonna have to hurt whoever was calling. That is not right. What is this? Dang it! There goes all my equipment. And all the stats that they had. They didn't have anything fantastic, but still, something is better than nothing. And now the guy may not even be that, so he may just be like a carpenter or something like that, which is fine, but it's not going to help me out when I'm attacking these guys, and these guys are incredibly strong. As you can see, not only have my dwarves been up here fighting them the whole time, but they went through all my traps as well. So they're getting tougher. I don't think the traps are really going to serve me very well for very much longer. I think we're going to need some kind of tower. I mean, look at the whole row up here is completely gone of traps, and you usually... Oh, I lost another one too. Usually, we at least have some left. So, as you can see, yeah, a lot more difficult. Oh man, I don't know if we're gonna win this one. Kill him! Come on, you gotta live. I want to live 2 days. Come on, do it. The eyes really aren't that big of a deal. These beholders are fairly simple if you can manage to stay out of the reach, whereas the orcs over here, they walk right up to you, and they usually get at least 1 jab in before you can run away, because they're just that much quicker than the beholders. And so not really, you know, the ideal guys to do this with. I'm hoping that the weapons of some sort with the actual with the actual, you know, rifles and stuff like that with the different ammo may at some point stun these guys so that you might be able to kill them a little bit easier with those things, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing because I have not seen those things in action yet, and I have no idea how well they're going to work. I mean, they may suck for all I know, but I want to try them. And as soon as they are done, that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, what did I need to make those? I think we were pretty close. We already had everything because we had just gotten the sulfur, right? So, yeah, they finally have everything, so we can make 3 of these. So let's go ahead and do that real quick, okay? Put the trigger mechanism in here. We'll put some of the steel. We don't have too much of that. We may have to make a little bit more. We have plenty of gun muzzles. We're going to have to make some more triggers, though. Planks. I think planks might be my... No, we have a few of those. Double-click on that. And the gunpowder. Okay, so the gunpowder is definitely something I need to work on. Oh, holy crap, guys. We're making our first one. Let's go ahead and make a few more of these. 10 is probably overkill. What about these? Can we do a few of these? I guess we're gonna do 2 because we have 1 building and we already have 2 here, and we have 3 steel bars. Unless I can make more of these, let's make some more of these. We'll make plenty because, you know, why not? And then we can make a few more. There we go. That should be good. I know I don't want to give weapons to every single one of my guys, but a lot of them, I think, are going to use those weapons because they're already archers, and the weapons seem like it's a tad bit better in some regards. I think it had lower accuracy or distance on it. We'll have to look at that again to be sure, but yeah, I think overall that's the technique I want to go with. I want to experiment with those things as much as possible because they are so cool. Now, I have been pretty much neglecting this guy over here, and I don't remember if this whole area was sand to begin with. But if it wasn't, I think some of you guys are actually saying that he's turning the entire map to sand if you don't appease him. If that's the case, that is kind of cool in one way. You know, if you need sand, you can get it this way, but it kind of sucks in another sense because I don't know what kind of resources were here. For all I know, it could have been coal, it could have been iron, you know, probably nothing more than that because it's so close to the surface. But if you keep letting it go down, if it actually does, you know, you can get rid of some pretty valuable stuff eventually, or it can spread to your base. And as we already know, sand does not, you know, hold up. It falls down. So if it comes over here, it's just going to consume everything and start falling down into the cracks, and you have to you know, dig into all of them and do whatever you're doing. I don't know if it will convert blocks that you've created, if it's doing it at all. So it seems like it stayed away from the roots. So you could technically put a whole bunch of dirt blocks all the way around this guy if he's doing that at all. Again, I'm not even sure because I wasn't paying attention close enough. But you can go ahead and put the blocks all the way around it, and hopefully the roots grow. If they don't, you might be able to plant them in there. I've never tried doing that. I know you have roots in your inventory, and you might actually be able to implant them into blocks at some point. So that would be kind of cool now that I'm thinking about it. We'll have to try that. Let's grab all of these and see how much more food do we have. We may have to stop and get a little bit more food here in a little bit. I mean, there's still enough here on the tables to not really pose an issue. Now let's see, we're going to need some more trees, so let's grab this one. You know what, we're going to come up here, someplace that is just covered in trees, like right here. Wow, these things grow back so quickly now because I haven't been harvesting the roots. At the very beginning of the game, I was actually not able to harvest these fast enough, slow enough, because they were just spawning so, you know, incredibly painfully slow that I wasn't... You know, it just, every time I came back up here and it's like, oh, it's still empty, there's just 3 more trees, or, oh, there's a few more here, but not quite as many as there are, you know, like right now. And look at this place, I mean, it's just covered in these bushes. So this would be a nice place to get some food. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff up here. These roots, I tell you, they make such a huge difference. And you can see the places that I haven't harvested in a very long time, like this. There's no roots under there, because this thing has been here for a long time. I usually don't kill these things, so wherever they're at, they usually stay there unless one of my guys happens to hit it, aiming for another enemy, and then, you know, they start attacking it, and then I wipe it out. But for the most part, these are the exact same spot they were when I started this game, and yeah, the roots definitely show up when you have plants, you know, actually in that area. So Some of you were saying you didn't think that was a thing. I think that's the way it works, but we'll have to see for sure. You guys will have to let me know exactly what you think. You know, we'll take like a census. Maybe even go online and look in there. I don't think we need anything in here. We're just waiting for them to make all the stuff. Let's see. Oh, we can get rid of this, can't we? No. Well, we can get rid of one of them. Actually, no, we'll leave it there. Because I was going to say, they could just climb up to the... Oh, they're making my weapon. Holy crap, guys. They are making my weapon. You know, the clanking you might have heard when he was walking up the ladder here might have come from this over here, the blacksmith. It might have been just timing when I was coming down here that you heard it at just that right time. Of course, there could be something to it as well, so... Come on, make it. Make it. I love how fast they go on that. That is incredibly fast. I would say that actually competes with the elevator for speed, just probably slightly slower. But unlike the elevator, you don't have to wait until it gets to you for your dwarves to get on. They can get on this and they can cross each other and go up and down at the same time, which really doesn't make a lot of sense. If they have to wait for the elevator to get there, they should technically only be able to go up the ladder at the same time. I mean, if one was going down and one was going up, you would think at some point, you know, they would hit each other and not be able to pass by. But they don't do that in this one, so maybe they might fix that eventually. But we have our weapon. Oh, no, it's not. They didn't deliver it yet? I thought they finished it. Where is it at? Is it on the ground? How about now? Is it there? No, it's still not there. Where did they go with it? Is he traveling up here? I could have swore they delivered it. That seems kind of weird. I thought I made 3 of those too, so... Well, we'll just have to wait for the next one. There it is. You can see him making one more. Maybe it's under his seeds? Maybe he made it and then he picked it up automatically and he's just sitting there making more, but I don't see it there. You can see the seeds right here on his back, but I don't see anything underneath it. Unless the gun is just that small. It might actually be right there. It's either the edge of his shirt or a bone or something. There we go. There's our weapon. Sitting right there on the ground. Let's see who picks that up. Come on, dude. Oh, he did it. He did it, guys. He took it back. Yes. Oh, my God. Look at it, guys. Our weapon is finally done. 20 damage, 85 accuracy, and 3 to distance versus the 30 damage. So it's a little bit more damage. 60 accuracy and 4 to distance. So they get a little bit less accuracy with the bow, but they get more distance and they get more damage than the pistol. I kind of like the more distance and the more damage, of course, but the greater the distance means they can stand further away and have that extra second to get out of the path when the creature comes, you know, towards them. But 85 accuracy could be kind of cool. I don't know. We'll check that out. What would they be, like gunner? Is that even a skill? I didn't even look at that. So you're an archer already. You're an archer. You're a warrior. Archer. You're nothing yet, so you could be something. Let's look at the new guy who just showed up. You're a fisher and you're a climber. Okay, so we're going to give you the gun. I'll have to look at that, though. I'm kind of interested. Let's do steel. We'll do a steel axe. What else? We're going to give him some clothing. We can do better. We can give him some of this stuff. I was going to give him some of those crappy wooden helmets just out of, you know, out of... I can't even think of the word. Because I'm used to doing it, because I've been doing it for so long. Let's see, what are we going to give you? We don't have a weapon for you yet, but we are going to give you the new one as well as soon as that is done. So let's give you some clothes, just in case. I need to make boots for everybody. Should we put another port? I don't think we will need to. We might. We might have to, but I'm kind of hoping we don't. Let's put down some more stucco. I need to make more of that. Let's make more stucco. Because I do want to do a little bit of house building. We just haven't been able to really afford to do that yet because we've been concentrating on so many other things. Let's do that. I think I'm going to run out of clay is the thing. Let's see, where's my clay? I guess you can't click on it. Yeah, we're going to run out. I guess you can't click on it when you are actually building if you have the material. If you're out of the material, you can always click on it and it will take you right to it and show you what you need to build it. But I think if you have plenty of it, it just it won't do that for you. And it's kind of weird, but you know, it's one of the things about the game. I won't say that it doesn't make sense. It does kind of, but You would think that they would just give you the benefit of the doubt and just allow you to click on it regardless, but I guess they actually went in there and changed it that way, because I don't think that would be the default. I think if you programmed it, if you clicked on it, then that's the way it would probably be, you know, for everything as the default. Now, we do need to go get more wood as well, and at some point, I want to come... Oh, what is this? Ooh. Miller's Book increases the speed at which grain is ground into flour. Now, I will get back to my original thought here in a second, but I want to come over here before I forget and check out the books. Make sure that if there is a skill for that, I can get the book for it, because I've never found that. Let's see. Fish. What is this? Loggers, miners, weapon. Okay. Cook. Nope. Let's see. Carpentry, mage, millers, hunter's book, climber's book. What about hunters? No, let's just learn how to catch dinner instead of becoming dinner. So I don't see a specific skill for the weapon. You guys think maybe it's just archer? Because it increases damage and accuracy of ranged weapons. So weapons in general, anything ranged, I guess, would be the archer. I would prefer to see an actual book just for that skill alone, because it is so unique. Just like the mages are unique and the melee guys are unique. Maybe even do a couple different melee guys if you wanted to. You know, like I wouldn't go to like one-hand blunt, one-hand slashing kind of skill, but I would go to maybe having like large two-handed weapons and then small like dagger kind of skill points. Maybe even make like rogues, people who prefer to stand behind the enemy and do damage that way and do a great amount of damage and be kind of stinky. But I don't know. I mean, it depends on how much, you know, detail they want to put into it. This guy's stuck up here. Holy crap. I always let one guy get stuck. And there's plenty of wood up here that they still need. Yeah, there's still plenty of wood up here. And he should be able to do this if he can stay outside of the range of this guy. He's really not that tough, and my guys should be fine. But sometimes he stops. Sometimes he stops and he lets them get a couple hits on him. There we go. Now we got two. Oh yeah, we should be more than fine. I love how fast these guys are moving around. I can't wait to feed them some beer. No, get away, get away, get away. No! I need to put more traps down. I'm just not building traps fast enough. I don't know if this is a sustainable way of doing this. I may... Yeah, I think I may have to shift my my concentration and go towards building just as many towers as I possibly can. Although they use bows, and I really didn't want to build any more bows because they use wood, and wood is just a short commodity. So at some point I may have to decide between traps and doing towers, and I don't know how well towers are going to survive during the waves. Because the enemies come from the top, so they could land directly on top of them. It's not like I can put them up in the air like I did last time. If the enemy lands right on top, he's just going to dig right down into it and they're going to get destroyed. So I would have to literally place them in just like one little square right there and hope that they didn't land on that one. Because if I did anything more than one, maybe like 3 or 4 squares and put like 3 or 4 towers in there, it'd be too big of a target. So I think one square, and then not even surround it with hatches and doors, just like leave it open completely. Of course, it's going to get destroyed by gargoyles, so that may not even work. No, that's not going to work. You guys still haven't killed this guy? Uh-oh. Holy crap, it's another one? Okay, well, this portal's not going to last long enough. Let's put another one over here. All this because one of my dwarves decided to stay behind like always and I wasn't paying attention. Dang it, it's crazy. So I need to get more fish here soon as well. Let's see what's going on over here. No, I don't really need any of those guys. I don't need these guys yet. I really don't need that many resources either that we've been finding. You can hear something flying in here. I bet there's another dragon in here. Right there, you can hear him flying. So I don't know if that is going to be another one of the dragons we found, or the dragons that are just far enough down to the hot lava level. Probably not the hot lava. I mean, it just seems like we're not far enough down to even be close to those yet. Who is getting attacked? Oh man, this guy's still alive. Well, go home. Go home and do something. Let's see, we need to put some more traps down, and that means we need to make some more. Let's make as many as possible. And then I'm going to go in there and make a few more weapons. Why, remember, where are they? Where are my weapons? Did I pass them? There they are. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more. And we do have the bows, so let me see. Do we have the ability to make those things yet? Or is that far enough into the tech tree that we haven't gotten there yet? I thought we had, though. Yeah, there they are, right there. Wooden towers. Okay, what do we need for that? Oh, man, we need planks and wood. I think that was the reason I hadn't done it yet. This is expensive. Planks are not... Oh, crap. No, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen anytime soon. Choice between that many traps? No. Let's do this. Hopefully some of these guys will come up behind him. In fact, I could put a portal right here to help these guys out. Oh, he did it. Nice. They're getting better, guys. They are getting better. I remember when I first started this level, I was still kind of playing with the same mentality I had at the end of the last one. It's kind of like going from like junior high to high school. Like junior high, you're like the top dog, and then you go to high school and you're like the smallest guy in the freaking school, and it's like a complete opposite of what you just had. And it's the same thing in this one, where you go to, you know, having the best dwarves with the highest skill and the greatest armor to having absolutely nothing. And my guys are just... Oh, check it out. Oh, check that out. I love the sound effect. Nice. Oh, did you see it bounced off of him? Did that bounce? I think that ricocheted right off him. I think it hit him like this and then flew off in that direction. Let me know if you guys saw that or not. I could have swore that was a thing. That is... Wow, I wonder why it did that. Like, why would the bullet ricochet? Does it do it when it doesn't take full damage? Do you actually get to see it, like, being absorbed into the mob as well? Is that really a thing? Because that's might be kind of disturbing to actually see, actually, now that I think about it. Let's take out all these things. Now, if you don't want to take these bushes down, you don't have to, but remember, the trees grow in the same spot. So if you leave behind the ones you don't want, eventually that's all you're going to have, because it has a random chance of spawning any one of those. And again, you know, if you leave them behind and you only chop down the trees, eventually in that one spot, the tree's not going to spawn. And I didn't leave anybody behind. Nope, I sure didn't. Okay, so we got a little bit of water there. Where's it going? Not much of it ever makes it down here. I gotta kill these guys eventually. They kind of bug me every time I come over here and look at them, because I want to give this guy something. In fact, we should do that now. Let's see, what can we give him that is made? I've been told that he likes things that are made and not like base ingredients. So something that I have quite a bit of that's easy to make, like glass, might be kind of cool. Ooh, what about black columns? I'm never going to use those, to be honest. Or at least, I mean, if we use them, it's not going to be a whole bunch, and I can always make more. So let's give him that. Let's see how much he likes these things. Why would he like that? Is he building something? I mean, what is he going to take that for and be like, ooh, these are cool. What else can we give him that we don't care about? Oh, we can give him some lights. Yeah, we can do that. I never really use these. But now that I'm thinking about it, it might be interesting to put them out on the surface where you don't have a backdrop. That's kind of like what they're made for, so... Ooh, he liked it! Look at it, he liked it. It's blue. I've gotten to the silver before, but I don't think I've ever gotten into the blue before. That is cool, and don't you dare try killing... I'm gonna kill you one day just because you say that. Just to try it out and see what you drop. What are we gonna do? We're gonna make more traps? No, we are not. We're not gonna make more traps. We are going to make more, or at least one, of these things now that we have the stuff for it, and we still don't. Oh, and yeah, we can make 2, yay! We need more wood. Okay, how you guys doing up here? You got one guy chopping away, not very well. I mean, you could stand to have a little bit more. Now, let's see, did you guys make some more weapons? You did. So let's go ahead and give those to the last 2 guys. Let's see, do we have any archery books? No. We don't have any archery books, so we're going to have to buy some of those, I guess. I was kind of preferring not to do that, because I wanted to save the gold coins for something, I won't say more important, but just something that that we could really exploit and, I don't know, get something really good out of it that we couldn't get otherwise. I guess we're going to give that to you, and we could give another one to you as well. Let's see, simple ammo. Damage plus 0. This ammo is weak but unlimited. Can we make better ammo yet? What level do we have to get to do that? There it is. Steel ammo. Holy crap, that's going to take probably steel bars to do. That means it's going to take quite a bit of iron. Makes sense, but that's not easily come by yet. I mean, there's a lot of it on the map, but I don't know if it's enough that we can use it as ammo. At least, I mean, we could try it, see if it makes that big of a difference. I know the other ones did, like the fire arrows and stuff like that. Those were really cool to have. They were just very, very costly and time-consuming. So if you're one of those people who like to do more building and less combat, well, then you could probably afford to do that. If you're one of those people who like to harvest everything on the map. In fact, a friend of mine who does, it's Hydros Inc., his channel, he does this game as well. And he would actually stay indoors every wave and just kind of let the sun come up and fry them, and then go out there and fix whatever they did when they were digging through his walls. It's only recently now that he's gotten into going out and actually fighting, and so he has tons and tons of resources because he was just saving them up until he needed them. He would spend entire waves just chopping down trees and doing nothing else. And chances are, if I was doing this without recording and I was just kind of sitting back on a lazy day, and I might be working on you know, work from you know, from the office that I just didn't finish. Check it out, guys. Oh my god, there's 3 of the guys there. Well, I think they are hitting more often than the arrow guys, although they still miss like crazy. Oh, those guys hit. Oh, they're hitting a lot better at closer range. I don't know if that makes that big of a difference, you know. I mean, yeah, the fact that they're hitting means, you know, they're doing a pretty decent job, and they're doing a lot more damage than the guys who are missing. But do they miss more often to make up for the extra 10 damage per shot and the extra 1 distance that they get with the bow? And I don't think that's the case. I think the stats need to be reworked on that. I think the weapons should probably have a higher damage, even if a less, you know, a lower accuracy. That makes sense to me, because I don't think they had rifling at that time, and the rifling is what spins the bullet, almost like a football when they throw it. You know, it does that little spiral, and it goes exactly where you want it to go because it has that spin on it. You know, the smooth bore guns didn't have that, and when the bullet came out, you know, it had a bigger radius of where it could hit anywhere in there, and so it was kind of hard to aim at long distances. When the further away from, you know, the muzzle it gets, the bigger the radius becomes, and so it's just kind of like random at a certain point. So that makes sense if it's one of those, but it should still have more damage because it's being shot with gunpowder, where the other one is being pulled back by the strength of their arm. So depending on how long they've been doing that, like the English used to train their citizens from birth to use the bow, and so they had the, you know, just expert bowmen that could do the long bow, which most people other than them couldn't do because it took so long to build up that skill and that muscle mass to be able to do that. So unless they get to a point with their skill level, but then that kind of negates the stats if it's going to be to that point. So I don't know. I mean, they have to figure something out with that, because it just doesn't seem very well balanced to me in that regard. Okay, you guys are fine up here. What about up here? Did you guys chop everything down? You did not, and you left a man behind. You guys suck. Never leave somebody behind, guys. Always do it, though. They do. I kid you not. I don't know how to stop them from doing that. I wish there could be, you know, a little bell or something besides, you know, everybody drop what you're doing and come back home. But like a little bell that says supper time. You know, don't get stuck up above. I don't care if you're, you know, I don't want you to stop what you're doing, but I want you to realize that in a few seconds, or like 10 or 15 seconds, once you finish doing what you're doing, you should go ahead and start coming back home. And just start the path, you know, and then I could click that little button and you guys would be like, oh, okay, it was a false alarm. I guess you could do that with the call to home button as well, but they always stop exactly what they're doing instantly. And a lot of the time, I don't like doing that because some of the stuff they're doing takes a long time to get there. There was the last level where they had to chop through the pyramid, and the pyramid blocks were incredibly dense and they took forever to get through. And so they'd be sitting there literally for like 5, 10, sometimes 15 minutes depending on the pickaxe that you had. And sometime during that fight, if you had to call everybody back, they had to start all over again. So yeah, it's a rare circumstance where using that would really interrupt somebody to that extent, but still, you know, when you do have something like that, you feel it. You know, like you've been sitting there waiting for like 15 minutes for them to get through that freaking rock, especially if it's like the last one. You know, it's definitely noticeable, and it's kind of sucky in some regard. I mean, it's part of the game, so it's not like it's horrible, but it isn't exactly the best it could be, or the most enjoyable, I should say, that it could be. I kind of want to come in here and kill these guys. Let's see, did they finish off all my weapons? They did. They did finish off all the weapons. So, what do you guys think? Should I go with pistols or mainly bows? Maybe a combination of the two. I think I'm going to replace anybody who has the old bow, these right here, because they're 20 damage anyways, 70 accuracy, and 3 distances. 20, 70, and 3. And these are 20, 73. So this is a 15% better than the original bows. But you get them at the stage where you can have these really nice ones. So, yeah, it's like you're getting them behind the point in which you should. Maybe they should put it up here with these regular bows. That way you can decide between the equal stats. One's a little bit better on accuracy than the other one. And it actually, I think the bow should be better on accuracy, just lower on damage. That to me makes sense. The other way around, not so much. So, I don't know. That could just be me, though. I think we're going to come down here, though. I want to kill this dragon, or at least try to kill him. I know I may be crazy. I know some of you guys have said, no, don't do it. Stay away from him. Wait until you have your gear, and then come down here and try him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely what I should do. But anybody who watches my Let's Plays knows that I can't resist fighting these guys when I see them on the map. If a Guardian shows up on the map, I have to kill him. Yeah, I just have to. It may cost me my dwarves over and over and over again, but when he's found, I don't know how not to go after him. You know, it just seems like that would be negating my responsibility to rid this world of its dangers, and I just can't do it, guys. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. We have to kill this guy, and now that we have a lot of archers and things of that sort, I think that's the best bet. Now, come on, let's dig in there, guys. What are we gonna do here? Because I know I guess we're gonna have to put some dirt right here, build some dirt, so our guys can walk over it. In fact, I may just do this myself. Let's control him. That way we can make sure that it goes through, because we can do it through the wall, and I don't think they can. I'll go ahead and release him. Oh yes, guys. Yeah, baby. Oh yes. I should have made sure everybody was full life before I come down here. I know I should have been smarter about it, but I like having my guys do some just crazy stuff just sometimes, you know, because it makes for better stories. I mean, they're going to go down there and be like, you remember that time we attacked a dragon with only 1 health, and John over there stayed awake for 3 days straight mining, and then he went up there with a backpack full of coal like a crazy guy? Like that, you know, that's like the lore of it. Can you imagine these guys sitting around the table talking about like the weird and just insane stuff I make them do? Look at this. This is amazing. They're attacking them with their weapons. Oh no, come on, kill. I think they're gonna do it. I think they are. That fire hurts quite a bit, but I think they're doing a lot of damage. Come on, guys, you can do it. Go for it. No, what are you doing? Just fire. Don't just stand there. Do some. Is he at a range? I think the guy might be at a range. Come on, fire. Oh man, if we don't do it, we're gonna get really, really close. Although his fire is hitting a lot of my guys at once, but not for a lot of damage. It's not like the Guardian, who one swipe and you lose like a bubble or a health bar, you know, and after like 3 hits. And that's for everybody who's standing in that general area. So if he hits like 5 guys that are on the lead, they all take the same amount of damage because they're all standing right on top of each other. It doesn't seem like that's the case over here. They are taking damage, but not nearly as much. Look, we got them down to 2 hearts. And our guys are not wearing, you know, the most fantastic armor in the world. In fact, I need to upgrade this guy because I have a little bit more Shenton left. No, you're not gonna win that one. Get out of there. Get out of there. Come on. Go home. Go home. You can do it. Oh, yeah. No. What are you doing? You're almost dead. I'm not gonna tell you to go. If you don't have the brains to get out of there, you're just gonna die, buddy. Come on. Come on, do it. Go home. Go. Oh, there you go. Yeah. That is called tough love right there, guys. I could have told them to go home, but instead I let them figure it out on their own. Now let's see, pretty much every single one of my guys, I imagine, is going to be sleeping over here for bedtime. Yep. Like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guys. Where are my other guys? Are you telling me you're not sleeping? Oh my god, why would you not be sleeping, dude? You have no health. Oh, and you're going to sleep. Okay, well, at least you're a smart guy. You had to walk from the top to get here, but at least you're going to bed. What about you? Where were you the whole fight? Were you literally collecting? He missed the whole fight. He's one of those guys who apparently goes off and does things and comes back to, like, the village, you know, every 3 months or something like that, and finds out, like, oh, you guys defeated a dragon while I was gone? Cool. Okay, I'm off again. Right, like, this guy is so out of the loop. And he's wearing gold armor. Where are you going now? Is he going down there to fight? This Mali guy is going to go down there to fight. Oh, no, you're going back. I think he was going down there to collect the resources that they exposed down here, these little things over. Oh, there's an egg over here, too. I wonder if he'll spawn more guys if you leave the egg. I think we're going to leave the egg there, guys. See if this spawns another dude. The dragons usually have a really good chance of dropping some pretty good loot, so I'm kind of interested to see what they drop. But I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode there, guys. While my guys are sleeping, I'm going to go ahead and wait for that to finish before I start the next one. That way you guys don't have to watch it. And then we're going to finish off that dragon and see what he drops. As you can see, I'm going to have to come up here and get a little bit more wood, but I think we have a few places for it that won't be too bad. But again, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoy these episodes, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure to leave comments down below. I want to know what you guys think, what you guys want me to do next. If you have any ideas about what I should give this guy on the next wave, or if you want to see me leave him alone for a long period of time and see if the sand grows back or expands, I think that would be kind of cool too, to maybe at some point let him consume the entire world, maybe after we finish the map off and we're almost ready to leave, just let him do that. It does seem like he's leaving the coal alone, so maybe if there's resources in there, he can't touch it. So that could be a way to stop him as well, is just to put down some coal or something along those lines and kind of just surround this entire area. That might be something we're trying as well. But again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.